So this is going to be a video to the Starbucks employees. Now, if you're watching this, you might be stressed out, struggling, and exhausted. You're not the only one here, by the way. I used to work for Starbucks a year ago. As 1 year ago, I was an employee at Orton Gate in Peterborough. And at that time, last year, I left. But before I left, I joined Starbucks at the age of 25. At the age of 25 since 2021, 1 year after the pandemic. Whatever it wasn't easy, by the way. The first year was perfectly fine. I got paid £6,000. The second year, at that time, I got paid £3,000, less than that. On the 31st of December, whilst I was working on the last day at Starbucks, the last day of Christmas, the last day of 2023 at the time. Since on my second year getting paid £3,000, I thought to myself, I could just keep on going, just make sure I survive properly. So I kept on going because I had to survive well. By my third year was the absolute worst year of my life. The worst year I've ever had in my life. I lost my apron because of how the environment was. Ever since July, I left my apron at work accidentally, and then someone at work stole my apron, never gave it back. I asked in the group chat Starbucks, someone took in the apron, and my supervisor says to me, "No apron, do not come to work." My supervisor was Laura, by the way. Her name was Laura. And when it comes to the supervisor herself, she is ungrateful, rude, and disrespectful. She showed no respect for the effort and work I spent on the job itself. The third year was a tough year. I was having a hard time affording groceries. I was having a hard time getting copyright clients. I was having a hard time trying to get my life together with this job itself. And ever since October, I had 1 month off without my permission. It happened to me in my second year, and the third year since it happened to me, I just couldn't do it anymore. I looked into the group chat, I looked into my supervisor's talking behavior. I was wondering the way she was speaking to me. And in the end, she never cared about me. My supervisor never cared about me once. And she never cared about what I was going through. And on that third year, the amount of money I made from that job was £1,600. £1,600 I've made in that job. I spent my time arriving on work for them. I spent my time cleaning the tables for them and putting it inside. I spent my time doing it efficiently, patiently, and with respect to every single person in the cafe and to the employees. But in the end, I sacrificed my time and energy for nothing. I couldn't be able to build a future for myself, and I couldn't be able to afford a car, a driving license. I couldn't afford to get my life together with this job, so I couldn't do it anymore. And the way they were talking to me before then about how I got a roof over my head, I got food on a table. When I'm trying to get my life together, of trying to get my future together with this job, I do not want to survive. All I wanted was to get my life together and move forward. But this job This job was the worst job I've ever had in my life. £1,600 is nothing to be proud of, in my opinion. That itself was very little. I couldn't be able to take care of myself with that much money in a year, let alone build a future for myself with this much money. Because £1,600 is nothing to be proud of, for me. So I couldn't do it anymore. I was sick and tired of surviving with this job. I left because I was sick and tired of it. And whenever I take a look at my friends,
Needing nothing. I buy with intention, not impulse. I own fewer, use better, and live by discipline. Real wealth is time, health, and peace. I reject the cult of more. I am sovereign, focused, fearless, and free from consumer control now.
forgot to, I looked at my friends' profile pictures. Well, I looked at my friend's Facebook profile, and at that time, when I saw their Facebook profile, I saw that they would spend time with friends, they would spend time with family, they would spend having a great time outside. But seeing myself getting nowhere, it was sad, by the way. I thought these people I was working with, I thought we were working as a team, but we never was. And in the end, they never cared about me. They were using me this whole time. And they got to go on holiday. They get to go on time for themselves to get with their boyfriends and partners. They spent time with their boyfriends. They spent time with their loved ones. They get to have a normal life for themselves. But people like me, who worked the job, who helped these people out, who arrived on time for them and did the job for them, I get no respect from that. No respect. Where's the humanity from all of this exactly? I have no clue at all. Because of the way Starbucks' structure is right now, I don't know about the future of Starbucks itself because of the way I got that much money in my third year. And in the end, I was lost, depressed, and I was suicidal. But I had to keep on going, I had to keep on going. It was a moment in my life that I never knew I would be betrayed by those close to me that I was working with. But at the end of the day, my hatred should not go towards them anymore, as they are not my friends anymore. They don't know how to be grateful and how to respect one another. Because that's everything itself what I went through. I did all this stuff, all this training, all this work for £1,600 whilst they get to go on holiday, whilst they get to go out with their boyfriend, whilst they get to have fun, and I had a hard time affording groceries? Forget it. This wasn't a job for me anymore. And in the end, it was the worst career choice I ever had in my life. The worst career choice I ever had in my life. So in the end, I had to keep on going. I had to make sure I lived to see another day. I had to make sure I keep on going so that I don't have to survive again, because that's what I do. Survive. Survive, survive, survive. Every day, I survive. I don't want that for everyone else, what they're going through, because surviving itself for a very long time is dehumanizing, and it is very tough that we are forced to survive instead of live our own lives. Whilst the people we work with, they get to build a future for themselves, which makes no sense at all. When we were the ones who did the job for them, we get treated like we were disposable. But those out there we worked with, they get to go on holiday. They get to spend time with their partner. They get to go out. So in the end, I have nothing for them anymore. I got nothing for them. I got nothing to say to them. I got nothing to show for them anymore because they mean nothing to me. These are not human beings anymore. These are ungrateful, careless monsters who don't deserve my respect. My supervisor is nothing to me after what she put me through. My manager never cared about me after what he put me through, telling me I got a roof over my head, telling me I got food on the table. But in reality, all I wanted was to get my life together so that I don't have to keep living the same old life over and over again. So I can just live for once. So I can just live and be happy. But in the end, I get to survive over and over and over again. And if you're like me, by the way, hold on, okay? Do not let these people make you angry. Do not let these people destroy your life. Do not let these people piss you off, right? I know for a fact that things are tough. I know for a fact that things aren't easy. And I know for a fact that things aren't that fair. I don't blame you. This was never your fault, by the way. You were never at fault. You never were the problem. So do not be hard on yourself. You are human. You don't deserve this garbage. Okay? No one does. No one deserves this garbage. No one deserves this level of treatment. Everyone deserves to be treated as equal, with respect. When we do our jobs, we get the respect we need. In the end, Starbucks' system has failed to deliver that. And to every single employee out there watching this, I hope you don't do anything bad, okay? I know that things aren't easy. I know that things aren't fair. I know that your life is not where the way it's supposed to be. I know that things aren't the way it's supposed to be. I don't blame you. I blame those out there who treat you like garbage. But should I actually go after them and ruin them like the way they ruined us? Absolutely not. These people are monsters. These people don't even care at all. They'll use us and they'll discard us. Whilst they get to live perfectly normal lives. We, on the other hand, we don't get to get that luxury for ourselves. Even if you're like me, please, in your entire life, do not let them destroy you. They're good at their jobs, but guess what? You are better than them. You've done an amazing job being there for them. And you did it for yourself. Not for them, but for yourself. And that's more than enough. Even if my words aren't enough, all I can say is this. These people are monsters. These people don't even care at all. But you cared. And it's more than enough. And these people that I used to work with, they don't deserve any respect. But even if you leave the job and you take care of yourself and your mental health, please, in your entire life, do not go after them. Just block them, move on with your life, and do not go after them. Because they've got nothing to do with your life. The only thing that matters to you the most is your mental health, your well-being, and your physical health. Focus on those, and you'll be okay. I wish each and every single employee at Starbucks a normal day. I hope that every single one of you gets to live one day rather than survive on tips and on low paychecks. You deserve better than this. I hope you do well in the future. To every single one of you. And Merry Christmas, by the way. Just make sure that you're okay, alright? Have a nice day.